Doctor, why did you and the Biden administration mislead the American people?
You'd have to say more. I
March
wouldn't claim that I did.
29, 2021, vaccinated people do not carry the virus. Vaccinated people don't get sick. We got that information from clinical trials, but also real-world data. It seems to me there are a number of statements you make in there that aren't accurate. Do vaccinated people carry the virus?
In March of 2021, the vast majority of data demonstrated that the vast majority of people were not getting infected if they were vaccinated.
That's not what you said. You didn't say the vast majority of people. You said vaccinated people do not carry the virus. Was that accurate?
It was generally accurate.
Generally accurate. Why not just be accurate? Why not just tell the American people the truth? Why don't you say to the American people just what you said to me? We're big boys and girls. We pay your salary. The government is supposed to be of the people, by the people, for the people. Why not just tell us the truth?
I was speaking...
Was 6 weeks later when you said if you were to get infected during post-vaccination, you can't give it to anyone else. Was that accurate?
What was the date of that?
May 19, 2021.
At the time, we had the Wuhan strain and then the alpha strain. That was the alpha strain that was circulating. That was generally true, yeah.
Generally true again? Why not again? Why not tell the American people this is generally true?
I couldn't tell you the exact data on the vaccine effectiveness of symptomatic disease and severe disease at the time. What I can tell you is that we generally saw that if you were to get infected after you had been vaccinated, that you were not carrying the virus by transmitting it to somebody else. You could not transmit it to others.
But we know that's not accurate.
It was at the time. Now, what
Really?
happened? Yes, in
Really?
May of 2021. That was true for
Really?
the alpha variant. What happened?
Let me ask you about all the general statements that were made to the American people. Not general statements, the way you guys said it. You said, was it our tax dollars? Were our tax dollars used in the lab in China?
That is something that you would have to speak to NIH about.
Our tax dollars were used. It sure looks like it was gain-of-function research. It sure looks like it actually came from the lab, and we've had several agencies, federal agencies, say that's in fact where the virus originated. The Biden administration told us that the vaccinated couldn't get it. We know that's not accurate. The Biden administration told us the vaccinated couldn't transmit it. They told us masks worked, and they told us there was no such thing as natural immunity. That seems to me to be, 7 different statements that turned out not to be true that we got from this administration. Again, why not just tell the American people the truth?
So I would dispute some of what you just said. In October 2021, CDC released...
Infection.
I think, actually, if I could actually just correct that point, and that is, initially it did. For the Wuhan strain and for the alpha strain, all of the early data and the literature published in the New England Journal demonstrated that for those who worked, if you didn't get infected, that you were not transmitting it to other people, and it had very high efficacy early on, up to 96%. So
and
it
that's part
did
of what
change over
I
time.
understand.
That I was speaking in my
Looks to
role
me,
as the CDC
looks to
director.
me,
There is a clear message that is coming through.
Your conscience is part of your mind that tells you whether you are doing right or wrong. If you have a clear conscience, you don't feel guilty because you know you have done nothing wrong. If you have a guilty conscience, you feel guilty about something because you know it was wrong. I believe the narcissist has no conscience. In order for a narcissist to feel remorse or guilt, they need to have empathy. And we all know that narcissists are not empathetic at all. How often have you seen reckless drivers on the highway jetting in and out of heavy traffic at high speeds while endangering everyone else on the road? It does not seem to matter to them. And you can think of the narcissist who moves through the fast lane of life without conscience, concern, empathy, compassion, or guilt for others. These individuals would do everything in their power not to get caught in their deceptive, unethical, and immoral deeds. They actually get annoyed when they hurt you because they don't understand your feelings. They don't have the capacity to relate to anyone else's feelings because people are not valued for who or what they are, only what they can provide. They never take responsibility for their actions, and they think nothing is their fault. They have no empathy for others, yet expect it for themselves, and they expect the world to revolve around them.
Rochelle Walensky, the CDC director, is becoming quite the politician. By that I mean,
she's becoming good at lying. She lied to Congress a couple times yesterday. I want to walk you through those, but I want to talk more broadly about her failures of evidence generation, etc., etc. Rochelle Walensky is just, frankly, not a good CDC director. She trivializes harms of vaccines. She doesn't understand evidence. She doesn't get evidence. And she'd rather lie to preserve her face than to confront the fact that she has made mistakes and that they could have done a better job. So how did she lie recently to Congress? Well, she was confronted by the question, said Dr. Walensky, back in 2021, you told us, quote, vaccinated people do not carry the virus, they do not get sick, end quote.
The Delta variant, when given as 2 shots in a series.
Hey everyone, it's Mandy Cohen at CDC, and I just got my COVID vaccine. I'm here in South LA. I'm at senior housing. We were vaccinating folks who are over 65, and I jumped in the queue. So I got protected today. I hope you will do the same for you and your family. Make sure you are also thinking about getting a flu shot at the same time. Make sure you're protecting yourself this fall and winter.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Mandy Cohen, Secretary of the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. And when you follow the 3 W's, you protect your family and your neighbors from COVID-19. When you leave your home, practice your W's. Wear a cloth face covering, wait 6 feet apart, wash your hands often. Wear, wait, wash. We're in this together.
So I would call, probably the person I called most was the Secretary of Health and Human Services in Massachusetts. She worked for a Republican governor just to, but you know, when she was like, are you going to let them have professional football? And I was like, nope. And she's like, okay, neither are we. So you know, when she was like, are you going to let them have professional football? And I was like, nope. And she's like, okay, neither are we.